Here we are. Here we are. It is day 7. I did not sleep tonight. The government has been shut down for a week. 7 days. 7 days of standing at the edge of bureaucracy, looking down at the looming abyss, wondering where will paychecks come from, and paperwork, what will become of it, as the government employees remain in the unknown, not knowing where their food will be coming from one day to the next. Oh, you don't live your life like that. You don't live from paycheck to paycheck. But hold on. If the government holds out, you might just figure something new out. You may be surprised. My fridge is still humming. The kids, got a ruddy tone. Somehow, base is still operating though. Yeah. Savannah, she declared herself hungry, but that's nothing new. And Claire, she is still staying out at night. So, I did lay down the law, by the way. I was like, whether you're in or out, all the doors and the car doors that contain the garage openers, all of it, it's on lockdown after 10 o'clock. If you don't slip in through the threshold, do some Indiana Jones move and roll in through, then you will be SOL. Yup. We'll see what happens. I told her tonight. I was like, tonight is the last night. She just doesn't communicate. She was at a football game, but I guess the football game lasted till like 2 in the morning. That's pretty normal, right? Yeah, whatever. So anyway, this is Better Moody, and you're listening to The Way Forward. Whatever shall we do? This is the calm before the storm, or maybe the calm is gone. The calm before the storm is gone, and now it's just the slow, creeping, absurd moment where we're like watching a pot, and we know it's not gonna boil. So, we're steadfast. We just know that paycheck cha-ching is gonna hit the account. I'm actually kind of getting worried now. I didn't think anything of it, but it's starting to settle in. I'm starting to believe. Welcome to the 2025 government shutdown. And yes, apparently I jinxed it. I said it. I said winter is coming. Little did I know the spell I would cast. Congress must have heard me, and now we're in for a long winter snap or a long haul. I don't know. But, stick around, because what else can you do? No, I don't know if you're a civilian worker. I don't know if, you're feeling some wonderful job security, and maybe you're laughing at us. But if you are a soldier, if you are in a job duty for the government that is required and not accepted, you still got to go to work. So we're all working for high fives and good feels right now, with the hope that our luck will turn. Congress will figure it out and we'll get paid, and I don't have to remove funds from my money market account and lose out on interest. That shit hit me today. I was like, yeah, I can survive, but I don't want to survive like this. I worked so hard for this. Bonuses are kind of on pause, at least for the AGRs. That's a new thing. The new the incentives policy list was updated, and AGR 79 victors, what do you know? They finally got a bonus, and then the government shut down. So anyway, by the end of this, I'm pretty sure you'll learn how to serve because that's what we do. We're surviving the first big disruption of October, and then maybe we'll ease into it, happy about the costumes that we're wearing. I was joking with a friend, and I was like, hey, what are you going to be for Halloween? He was like, oh, I'm just going to wear a mask. I was like, oh, what mask? He's like, my face. And he was like, that's pretty scary enough. I was like, dang, dude. And then myself, well, I said, I hadn't thought about it. And he was like, well, you can always be a soldier. I was like, well, shoot, that might be the only costume I can afford. How about that? Yeah. So what is this thing? That reminds me of DeLovely, but it's not this thing called love. What is this thing called a government shutdown? I'm going to start at the beginning. In the beginning, what even is a government shutdown? So, simplest terms, Congress didn't pass the bills needed to fund the government. Point blank, that's it. Everyone's arguing, bickering, and everybody's turned away from each other with their arms crossed. So when this happens, everything that's not deemed quote-unquote essential, it gets put on pause. And essential means national security, active duty, military like me, law enforcement, some handful of programs nobody outside of DC notices until they're gone. Non-essential. Non-essential would be most federal offices, some parks, social services, and fortunately, a lot of bureaucratic processes that you didn't realize you were relying on. I thought of my mom. I was like, ooh, is social security going to be affected? No, she's okay. Let me see. What else was not affected? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I was like, mom's in the clear. All is well. And then, closer to home, some of the things that hit are, of course, we already talked about it. Money in my pocket. If you're a TPU soldier, a troop program unit soldier, you're just drilling, you're a part-time soldier, weekend warrior, those drills might get canceled. Career counseling, incentive processing, and things like creating orders for PCS. It's going to be delayed because we're shorthanded people. But these hands are moving. By order of the president, we will continue on. So now suddenly, your happy-go-lucky ARCG career counselor staff is now involved in doing additional paperwork, juggling the paperwork ghosts, filling in where the civilians are not, and, still trying to get everything done. Now, I stayed up all night working on a presentation for work, but I don't know that I had to do that. I just couldn't. It's been a lot going on, and I don't want to bomb it. So that's what drives me. Fear of failure. Best motivator ever. You got health and support services. What else? Come on. What else is being affected? Are you affected? Let me know. Go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know, because I can't think of everything here. VA clinics, they might remain open, but elective services or benefits, maybe that's delayed. Childcare centers. Now, let me tell you, our childcare center said that they were going to stay open just as long as you pay for it. Everybody's still going to work. And it's a little more than that, I'm sure, but and I have a really good childcare center here. National parks, museums, offices, passports. You need a passport? Forget about it. And some licenses may be delayed. Yeah, no running to the border. Did I tell you I went to Niagara? Canada. I waved at Canada. Yeah. Maybe emotional. Maybe people are affected emotionally. Maybe local businesses that rely on federal, like contractors that have big contracts with the government, they might be affected. Oh, Trump. Is it Trump or is it Congress? I don't know. Trump is just holding the line. He's like, I am not giving. We will see what will become of this. So it's like we're playing a big game of chicken. But what's really happening is the government's pressing pause, and that's it. It's like we had the pandemic once upon a time. Everybody just went to the house. But now, I mean, I don't get to go to the house. A little bothered by that. But I will be really bothered if they don't pass a bill to allow us to receive back pay. That would be crazy. So still living in the hope over here. Still looking at that silver lining. All right. So let's see. You got all the people that are affected, me being one of them, you maybe. These are the moments when I wish I had a larger following. But I was going to market this podcast as the least marketed podcast ever. I'm going to do it with that title and send just one promo out into the universe and see what happens. Aren't you interested? I might be interested if I saw that. And then that one promo, that one TikTok or YouTube short would start a spark that turns into a wildfire that sets the world ablaze. And then I get to go to the house and sleep for like a year. Either that or win the lottery. I mean, I've still have got my fingers crossed. I'm still working on it. I'm going to crack the code, I swear. So, but why is this happening? Why is this happening to us? So I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Of course, the obvious question is, it's going to be, who, what, when, where, why, and how. But why? The why is it happening is, of course, going to be politics. And it's so elegant. The Democrats, they're pushing for protections. And this is the meat and potatoes here. They're pushing for protections like continued subsidies. And Republicans want other spending priorities or policy riders. This is all stuff that I have no idea what's going on in truth. I mean, I say the words and I get it's like somebody wants to push a policy. Someone's trying to push their own policy. But in reality, without sitting down and reading it and being bored to death, wasting my life on ink and paper. I don't know. Do they look at the policies on computers? I don't know. Not going to DC to find out. Both sides, they want to look tough though, right? I think they want to be reasonable, heroic. Everyone wants to be the winner. And that's when no one wins. So we just watch and allow them to rearrange our lives. Yeah, it's like being at a traffic light and you know that it's about to be your turn, but for whatever reason, there's a glitch. And instead of the light turning green, instead of it going back to yellow or red, there's just a meteor and it just lands on you. And you're like, what the hell? I mean, if you lived through meteors, in my imagination, I would. You might too, because it's fiction. We can do anything in fiction. They're almost like dreams. But anyway, nobody's budging. Congress is playing chicken, and we're the only one stuck in anxiety, the anxiety windmill. And yeah, I got to go to work here in a few. But I thought I would talk to you. How long will the nightmare last? I don't know. Let me see. So the tricky part is that we just don't know. Shutdowns can last for a couple days or stretch into weeks. I was a civilian. This was actually right when I came on to the AGR program. I was like, bump this. Let me go somewhere where I can get steady pay. I mean, it was actually more pay. It was good. It was good at the time. It's still good. But right now, it hurts a little. But yeah, historical context, that's going to be 35 days. That was the longest period. I hope we don't break that record. But yeah, it was around 2018 to 2019. 5 weeks of people going without paychecks and programs and basic faith in human decency. Like, what do we have? We can't keep the government running. It'd be chaos. So, but this decision to avoid compromise, it means that this is going to drag on a little bit longer. So I guess I got to stock up on patience. And I don't know. I really wish I could just go to the house and sleep, man. Can we throw a pandemic on top of this? Like one that's like neutral, that everyone's scared of, but it actually does nothing. It's more fear than actual, than more fear. Yeah. Then I want to say an F word. More fear, then I'm done. It is also very early. So if it does prolong, and this keeps going, things could get worse. If the shutdown sets a record, employees will go without pay, scrambling for loans or side gigs. And oh my gosh, I mean, I can sing pretty good out on the corner. I can play a fake fiddle for some money, set a track while I strum away at a guitar, play some drums, but I'll actually just turn up the sound of my speaker. You know what I'm saying? I can put on a good show. I believe in myself. I will never go hungry again as I hold the potato in the sky. I don't eat potatoes. Okay. So the reservists are facing postponed training. You got delayed orders, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's working. Government services like, your canned cheese and your powdered milk. I don't know, the food programs, WIC. Man, there was canned peanut butter too. I was on WIC when I was a kid. Anyway, you survive. But everyone blames everyone else, and you're caught in the middle. Are you? Or maybe you're just sitting down, waiting for it to pass. But you're trying to pay bills and not rage in an email to anyone that you have to interact with later on. You just contain your emotions because that's good resilience. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm hitting a tree. There will be a tree hitting party later on this evening. You're all invited. Aw, now I feel bad for the tree. Dang, there's no winning. Trees are alive too. I'm done. So there's so many different perspectives that you could face this from. So imagine a single parent drilling this weekend and then they're juggling bills. But, rent, groceries, utilities, it's all still due. And then it's terrifying because it's delayed. The money, the sustenance is cut off. And then programs like childcare, school meals, lifelines under normal circumstances, and they feel like they're on hold indefinitely. It's a balancing act. Through it all, it's all so absurd. The pantry is the stockpile. But if I had to live off of what was in the pantry, it'd be a wrap because these kids mow through whatever I have. And as soon as I buy it and set it on the counter, it's inhaled. But hopefully that's not the case for you, or I'd have to ration it. I'm going to have to buy lox, spend my last dime on lox so that we can split the bean betwixt the four of us. Yeah, there are other scenarios, but I don't think you want to hear about that. I mean, if that's what's happening for you right now and you're struggling, if you're feeling the pinch, I just want to say, there are places that are helping. Our commander actually put out, and I thought it was pretty insightful because I am leaning back so hard. I just enjoyed my weekend. I was not concerned about money, people, or anything. I drank a michelada, and I don't know. Maybe it was a good thing because now the stress will roll on in. But I was just carefree this weekend. It was one weekend like I've not had in a while. And it felt good. Micheladas are good with Modelo. Modelo is the best beer to have with a michelada. And I only had one, 6 months ago? And I'm not a beer drinker. But throw some spicy, tomatoey mix and lime and some tahini. Oh my God, salt. Yeah, that's the ticket. So back to you. Talk about a rabbit hole. The the Army Emergency Relief has zero interest loans, and it's like $6,000 for active duty soldiers and their families if the October 15 payday is impacted. So repayment would begin at the end of the month, but that's an option. Military One Source has always been the go-to. You can go there for confidential support and resources. Financial institutions, sometimes they have special plans to help soldiers or, government workers who are furloughed. Banks serving the military community like USAA may offer zero interest loans. Then you got others that I don't care about because I don't use them. But Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, Air Force Aid Society, and Coast Guard Mutual Assistance, they all offer interest-free loans and grants. So I thought about that. I was like, well, maybe I get a grant so that my money can still make money, because there's no way I'm going to get to my dream. It's like crabs in a barrel, bro. As soon as you get ahead, never mind. We're going to throw something else in front of you. So, but also that's a lot of work, and I'm just tired. I'm ever so tired. So anyway, what do we do while Congress plays chicken? While, they do their thing. Do you have a plan? I don't think I have a plan. But that's okay. This winter that is upon us, it may not be literal, but also it should be literal. It's like 80 degrees today. What's going on outside? But for federal employees and reservists and anyone depending on government services, this 1st October shock, the horror, it's a reminder. So when Congress messes with the funding, everybody feels it immediately. Hopefully they get their shit together. So I guess some practical tips that you could use might be double checking your orders, plan for any delays, be patient with all your service employees, federal employees. They just want to eat. Budget carefully, because, word on the street is that you will get back pay eventually. And then, fellow citizens, be flexible and keep your sense of humor alive, whatever's left of it. So yeah, that happened. It's happening. But if we survive this, at least we can eat another meal, laugh another laugh, chuckle a bit, get a nap under some nice warm blankets while the bureaucracy freezes the grass and freezes over the trees and nature that bring us happiness. I will be inside with a michelada by my fake fireplace, cuddled up and hoping for the best. So, yeah, hopefully you're not affected, but if you are, hang in there. We're going to get through this together. This is the way forward, and you're listening to Better Moody. And as always, I will see you in the next episode, unless I don't, and then you know what happened. I'll be on the corner somewhere down in Boston, probably at Faneuil Hall, making my livelihood over there, strumming a ukulele, doing the best that I can. Anyway, y'all get out of here. Don't you have to get ready for work? All right, I will talk to you later. Be safe, and I'm out.